Lots of changes for Arizona, moving towards the seventh inning with Oakland on top 4-1.
New second baseman, 76 Worth. New third baseman, 31 Pacheco.
Nick Evans is in left field. Jordan Pacheco in place of Jake Lamb at third base. Danny Worth is the new second baseman with Brandon Drury exiting the game. Jamie Romack, who pinch ran for Paul Goldschmidt in the sixth inning, stays in defensively at first base. And Walter Ibarra is the new shortstop as well, so an entirely new infield. A's with 2 runs in the second, 2 in the sixth. Diamondbacks' run came in the fourth inning. And also a new pitcher for the Diamondbacks, by the way. It's left-hander Will Locante. Marcus Semien faces him right-handed. Simeon's fourth at bat today. He's 1 for 3. Locante from the stretch, and his fastball clips the bottom of the strike zone. 0-1. Locante had an excellent year in the minor leagues in 2014. Comes downhill, and the fastball foul tipped between the catcher's feet, thumping off the umpire's shin guard. 0-2. Locante started last year at low A in the Midwest League at South Bend. Made 43 appearances, had an ERA of 1.5. 0-2 pitch. He strikes out Semien on a slider in the dirt. Picked up by the catcher O'Brien, who sidearms it to first in plenty of time. And Semien is now 1 for 4. 1 man out. Mark Canha is walking plateward with the A's leading 4-1. Locante was then promoted to High A Visalia late in the year. Finished the season, pitched into the playoffs with them. He is especially lethal against left-handers. At least he was last year. Here's a fastball outside to the right-handed Canha. 1-0. Prior to his promotion to High A last year, he faced 43 left-handed batters, or at least they had 43 official at-bats against him. And they went just 3 for 43. So he profiles as a guy that, at a minimum, could be a useful lefty specialist. He hopes to be more than that. Here's a fastball that's in for a strike. 1-1. As is often the case with a left-handed pitcher who's lethal on left-handed hitters, the slider is his signature pitch. This slider, though, is in the dirt. Canha calmly took it. It's 2-1. Locante also a little unique in that he has said he considers Satchel Paige to be his favorite pitcher of all time. Not many young pitchers that would reference Satchel Paige at this point. Here's a swing and a foul ball out of play down the right field line. 2-2 on Mark Canha. Not that they shouldn't, of course. Satchel Paige, certainly one of the best of all time, but many 24-year-olds might not be aware of him, at least not as much as they should be. Locante is not one of those. 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled off. Satchel Paige claimed to have won over 2,000 games in his professional career. There's no real way of checking or knowing. And he was known to embellish things a little bit. But he was awfully good, no matter how many he officially won in the various leagues in which he pitched. 2-2 again, a swing and a hard ground ball, base hit into left center field. Out of the reach of the new shortstop Ibarra. Now it's dropped in center field and going to second and sliding in safely is Canha. Great base running. Poor defending in center field by Nick Buss, who ranged over into left center to cut that ball off and was a little casual about it, and it glanced off his glove and bounced a step back to his left. And Canha, to his credit, was hustling out of the box, hustling around first, never broke stride, just kept right on going, and easily beat the throw into second. That's exactly the kind of aggressive play Bob Melvin and his staff will love to see. It's going to be a base hit and an E8 because of the bobble. 1 out in the inning. Josh Fegley batting. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of run-scoring doubles and a pair of runs scored. And he looks at the fastball outside. So a nice day for Fegley. In fact, a nice couple of days, as we've discussed, with the birth of his daughter. And now 2 hits this afternoon. He swings and drives one deep to left center. Going back, Nick Evans at the track. It is off the track and off the base of the wall. Motoring around third is Canna, and he scores. An even better day for Josh Fegley. He's into second with another RBI double. It is 5-1. The ball carried right over Nick Evans' head as he reached the base of the track, and one hopped off the base of the wall. 3 RBI doubles for Fegley today. 3 runs batted in, a 4-run lead for Oakland. Still 1 out. And the big left-hander Matt Olson at the dish. Olson's first at bat today. Just 21 years old with tons of power. So Locante gets to face a left-hander finally and throws him a fastball for a called strike. And this is actually a rematch from the Cal League playoffs last year when Visalia played Stockton. Locante faced Olson and retired him then. Now throws a curveball, or no, it's probably a slider, but it's low. Behaved like a curveball, broke from 12 to 6. 1 ball and 1 strike. Olson hitless in several spring training at-bats. His first taste of a big league spring. Locante lifts the front leg, spins towards second. Fegley not really being held, but went back to the bag anyway. Catcher over the outside. Locante throws, and his fastball instead is inside. 2-1. Olson's 6'5". Waiting calmly. Here it is. And he swings over the top of it and doesn't get it. 2-2. Tyler Ladendorf will hit next. Your sense if Olson could come up with 1 base hit, he'd pick up quite a few more as long as he keeps getting chances here in the spring. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at the fastball, and down he goes. So Olson, still perhaps trying to do a bit too much as a 21-year-old. Very understandable if that's the case. 2 away. Here comes Ladendorf. Oakland 5, Arizona 1. Fegley remaining at second. Ladendorf singled a home run in the second. Grounded out and flied out since. Pitch to the righty, on its way. It's high and away. Locante shaking his head. 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield around to the left. Not very deep. Ladendorf swings, pops one up foul, but it's twisting out of play. Back of the plate. Thumps off the roof, and it's 1-1. The left-hander Yuri De La Rosa is getting ready for Oakland. Their bullpen in the right field corner. Looks like we'll see him at the bottom of the 7th. Josh Fegley taking wide leads from second since he's not being paid any attention to. Locante does check him a couple times now. Comes to the hitter. Fastball catches the outside corner. Called strike 2. Ladendorf again choking up with 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch, a slider tapped on the ground foul, rolling weakly towards the third base dugout. A good spoiling two-strike swing by Ladendorf. In the inning, the strikeout of Simeon, but the single by Canna. Took second immediately on the air. The double by Fegley. The strikeout of Olsen. Ladendorf battling with Locante. Who pitches? A slider down in the dirt. Blocked by O'Brien. 2-2. Interesting, they've taken a hit off the board for the Diamondbacks. For a while, the Diamondbacks were shown as having 4 hits. Now they have 3. 5 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the Athletics. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the D-backs. 2-2 pitch. A chase and a miss at a high fastball by Ladendorf, who's down on strikes. A score run in the top of the 7th. Time to stretch at Salt River Fields. Oakland 5 and Arizona 1. A spring training baseball continues right